And hey there guys, how's it going? And it's me, Mikey Perion, and welcome back to our episodes here in the iCraft server, and it's episode 44. And well, for this episode, we are actually going to try to work again in our Builder's Depot, which is actually the new shop that we have built during the last episode. So basically, well, now it's partially open, so basically I already have placed a couple of items that we could actually start selling, but of course a bulk of it is still not available, which is actually most of those glasses or glass blocks, and as well as some of those terracottas and some of those concrete powders and concrete blocks. So basically we're gonna try to work on that for this episode, and probably we're also gonna do some side projects or builds in the nearby area, especially for the community warehouse. So basically that's the agenda for today's episode. So now we're actually trying to get there. So what I'm also thinking about the Builder's Depot, basically we also need some sort of like a back-end room that we could actually use for some sort of like since it's kind of hard to manage to fill up those stuff, especially for those colored blocks, which are the terracottas and the glasses and the the concretes. Probably it's the best if we're gonna try to have a back-end room, some sort of like where we can actually put most of the dice, since we have 16 colors that we have to collect. So probably we have to have a room where we can actually we got a wandering trader around this area. But anyhow, so yeah, so basically on the third floor probably we're gonna take a part there, but I'm just gonna show you that guys later. But for now I just wanted to show you guys well, the ground floor now, this is how it looks like. So basically we already got a couple of stuff here. So we already got this obsidian, some of these mushroom blocks, and some purpur. So basically we already got the prices. So for example, for this brown mushroom, we already got we are actually selling it at for one stack is 1 diamond. So basically 1 diamond per 1 stack. And some of these items, you also got these honey blocks, since honey blocks is kind of hard to farm though. I mean, we are actually started farming it, but apparently it's not actually producing a lot of honeys that we actually use for making these honey blocks, right? So basically we're just selling it the 1 diamond per 16 pieces. And for the honeycomb blocks, this is actually new, so probably we can also price it at 1 diamond per 32 pieces. And of course we also already got these wart blocks, nether wart blocks, red nether bricks, bone blocks. And on this side right over here we got these bricks. Bricks are also kind of hard to farm, so that's why we're actually also selling it at 32 pieces per diamond. And we got some smooth sandstones, red sandstones, and also we know how rare the red sand is. So basically we're also selling it at 32 pieces per diamond, and same as for the red sandstone, the regular one. So basically they have the same price, but I think I mean, cooking it doesn't really cost that much, right? And on the side right over here is actually the more common blocks, which is actually the smooth stones. Well, we cannot actually sell the regular stones because Luukzilla is already selling it, and same as for the cobblestones. Probably we can sell some the mossy cobblestone and the mossy stone bricks. Probably, I think, because well, it's not it's the same item as what Luukzilla is selling, right? And we also got this plain terracottas, this orange terracottas, since we have tons and tons of these terracottas. So basically we're also selling them as the 2 stacks per diamond, right? So for nether bricks, same, we're also selling it 2 stacks per diamond. And this one, yeah, I actually forgot about these though. Well, the TNTs, well, I already have moved it here on the side right over here. So basically I just brought a couple of things that we can actually use for this one though. So yeah, we're just gonna deal with that later. And as well as for the chest, well, I still need to fill this with items, and as well as for the scaffolds. Actually, the scaffolds I haven't placed any prices yet. So we still got quite a few things that we needed to deal here. So on the second level, so basically on the second level, probably on the second and the third level. So well, this is still a closed section, so soon to open. So basically this is where we are going to have the the colored concretes, and as well as the colored terracottas, and probably some glasses on the third level. But on the third level here, we're gonna have some sort of like a division, probably up to here. So on this area, probably we could place some sort of like, because I also wanted this corner spot right over here just to be our office. So probably we can put some sort of like a CEO or some sort of like an office. And probably on this area this is where we are going to put our back room, where we are actually going to store most of those dice. But this is not gonna be our base. This is just gonna be the space for our in order for us to manage the supplies that we needed to sell in this shop, right? But anyhow, so of course we're gonna start doing some stuff here. Probably I'm already gonna start doing some of the stuff that we needed to finish in the ground level, and then bit by bit we're gonna work on collecting some more stuff for those concretes and glasses. But anyway, so well, let us start this episode, and without further ado, let's get this over with. So it already has been second day of our recording session, but apparently yesterday, those recording that I did was actually, well, I'm not sure why it actually captures a lot of background noises, but I already have changed the settings right now, so it should already be fixed. But right now we're actually just gathering some of these sands. Of course, well, some of these will actually go to the biodome, sorry, not the biodome project, but for the nether hub project. But well, we're actually in the biodome, next to the biodome project that we actually did a couple of episodes ago. So basically, well, we have just gathered 9 shulkers of this sand. So basically, these are all sand that we actually mined on this area right over here. So yeah. But basically, of course, some of these we're also gonna use them for the concretes that we'll actually going to sell in our shop, and as well as of course for the glasses. But I think we already have enough supplies of glasses, but some of these will also gonna be donated in the in the netherhub project, like I said. So basically, of course, if you guys recall, this is actually our biodome project, but I'm not sure when we are actually going to work again here. So yeah, now I'm running out of space, so let's just probably grab this and let's try to chuck this in just to but anyhow, I think we can just hand carry those stuff. And let's just change our shovel. So yeah, well, I'm just gonna repair this later. But anyhow, so of course we're gonna get back first to our base. I think we're also gonna need a couple of fuel for us to smelt some glasses, and of course for the glazed terracottas, and as well, I already have gathered some of those dyes. Basically, since we actually already have, we actually got 16 colors for the dyes. So basically, I think we are only missing 2 of those colors, which I think cyan and as well as purple, because I already have ran out of cactus and as well as those blue dyes. We're actually using cornflowers. So basically, later on, we're also gonna try to get to one of the projects that Astro and I worked on a couple of weeks ago, which is actually a flower farm. Well, I didn't have that on the like we kept on bumping on the sides though. Yeah, but basically, whew, that's kind of hurtful. But anyhow, so let's probably grab some buckets, so at least we can get some fuel. So going back, so yeah, so Astro and I did that flower farm somewhere near the spawn. So basically, actually, he shared an idea that we can actually farm some cornflowers in a specific area in the flower biome. So basically, he actually used some sort of like some scheme to determine where we can actually, farm certain specific type of flower. But anyhow, so probably let's also grab some of these rockets. And I think we're just gonna need probably 2 buckets. I think that's what can actually fit in a shoulder. But anyhow, so let's get some lava. So I don't want to farm actually we already got our blaze farm right over here, but I think I don't have any time for me to farm some more of those blaze rods. But anyhow, so yeah, going back yet for the 3rd time about those flower farms. So basically, Astro did actually use a scheme, flower scheme, where we can actually specify, or we can actually determine what flower we can get if we actually bone meal in a specific area in the flower biome. So of course, since we're actually going to need some blue dye, so we actually look specifically for the cornflowers. So yeah, so basically it's actually very useful. So we'll just gonna go back there. Well, I actually already have went there yesterday, but I think what I have gathered was not, sufficient, right? Anyhow, I still got space. Yes, yeah. Let's get some more of these. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous. That's why I actually stopped using the lava as fuel. But for now, since we're actually in a hurry, so let's just use this anyway. But anyhow, so well, we already have made a lot of progress in our builder's depot. So basically, well, I already have done the back office or some sort of like a stock room. I actually have called it a stock room. So of course, let's get to there. So at least I can also show you guys on the progresses that we have made. So like I said, well, I actually did some recording on those parts that I have actually, I was actually working on those part of our builder's depot. So yeah, but apparently the recordings were actually not in good quality. So yeah. So let's get back to the builder's depot. So hopefully for this episode we can finish everything. So probably after this, of course, I still need to, make those concrete and as well as those terracottas, those glazed terracottas, and as well as those glasses that we are going to sell on the second level and on the third level of our builder's depot. And wow, these guys are. I don't know why they like the outside world, but their home is actually the Nether, though. But anyhow, so just to show you guys, so of course I think I already have shown you guys the facade that we have actually, we have actually done in one of our live streams, and as well, I think I also forgot to mention about the bulk orders. Well, on this side right over here, let's get inside first. Yeah, so the lag. Yeah, so basically, we're also accepting some bulk orders. So, well, if some of the iCrafters actually need more items than what are actually readily available here, well, they can actually request for bulk orders. For example, a shulker of concrete or black concrete. Actually, Lynn's already mentioned about ordering some black concrete that she will actually gonna use on one of her projects. So basically, yeah. So I already have done this yesterday. So we have a room here, like a back room. So this is actually the stock room and office. So, well, authorized personnel only. Of course, that's only me in the server. So, well, I just made some sort of like an office here. So basically, this is actually a room for our staff. As if we have one, right? But anyhow, so and we also got this, of course, our very own office in this building. So basically, probably this is some sort of like the president's office or the CEO office, right? Which has actually a nice view of the, yeah, that actually happens because of this pressure pressure plate. But anyhow, the nice view of the Capitol building, and as well as on this side, well, somehow we can still see the central town center, right? But anyhow, but the most important thing on this part, well, this room right over here. So basically, well, we still got some cocoa beans right over here because well, we also need this for the brown dyes. So basically, I also have made this storage chest right over here, which actually contains most of these dyes that we'll actually going to need. So I think what we're gonna need is this purple dye, and as well as this cyan. No, we already got this is actually light blue, but the cyan and the rest, we already have filled at least 8 stacks or 8 to 9 stacks of these dyes on each color. And yeah, so well, I also have these flowers that we also use for dyes, and as well as this tiny room right over here is actually for us to convert those concrete powder turned to turn them to convert them into concrete, right? So basically, I just have this tiny room right over here just to contain all of those concrete, because most of the time it actually goes all over the places. So that's why, well, we need to contain it, right? But anyhow, so we still need to get some of those. Well, the lag is because of the what do you call that? The slime farm, because it actually loads the head, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna start smelting the glasses and as well as the glazed terracotta later. But for now, I think we can just leave some of this bucket here. and as well as this one right over here. So basically, I'll also have asked Astro, because since we also lack some, cactus or cacti. Basically, well, since we already ran out of those cacti, so I just asked if I can borrow at least 2 to 3 stacks of those cacti, so at least we can already start making some cyan dyes, right? And as well as, of course, I will also gonna probably get into the flower biome, or the flower farm. Well, basically, the flower farm is just on that direction. But first, let's make a stop in Astro's base because he actually got a cactus farm. So I already have asked if we can actually borrow some of those cactus or cacti right over here. So basically, this is his base. So, well, this is actually also an impressive base. As you can see, this is a really massive dome right over here, which looks like a jello, though. Well, yeah, I mean, it does look good. I mean, it's very unique, but it's also, well, very impressive, right? So let's grab probably 2 stacks. Astro, I owe you 2 stacks of cacti. So yeah. And anyhow, so let's get to the flower biome. So basically, on this direction right over here, so well, we don't actually have any nether portals going to that flower biome, but just to show you guys where we have actually built that, so let's just travel there very quickly though. But anyhow, so well, just to have some sort of like discussion while we try to get there. So basically, of course, after this, we're gonna try to work back in our city of Periona since we still got quite a lot of stuff that we needed to do there. So basically on the next episode, we're gonna try to work on the structure where we are actually going to build the farms. So yeah, so this is actually the flower farm that Astro and I have built a couple of weeks ago. So probably it's the best if we're gonna sleep first though. Yeah. So basically, of course, after this, we're gonna try to work back again in the city of Periona. So basically, we'll first, probably on the next episode, we're gonna try to work again on the buildings that where we are actually going to have the farms. So basically, that's for the next episode. And of course, probably on the next couple of episodes, we're gonna try to work and concentrate in the city of Periona, probably 50% of the project at least on what we have there. We're gonna try to work on that on the next couple of episodes. But yeah, so now we're here in the flower farm. So basically, what we try to do here is actually we determine that this area right over here, well, we have determined that this area right over here, specifically this one, is actually spawning or is actually, well, I'm not sure what's the right term, but I mean, some sort of like spawning uh, some of those cornflowers. So basically, well, let me just try first to uh, turn the volume a little bit low because this contraption is really loud. But anyhow, so yeah, so as you can see right over here, this is a very common flower farm design, but for this one, this is specifically, farm some of these cornflowers which we actually use for blue dyes, and as well as some of these white daisies and some of these pink tulips. So yeah, so basically this is what we are actually using for, gathering some of these blue dyes. But anyhow, so well, of course, well, I'm just gonna farm here for a bit because I think we still need probably some 8 stacks of these cornflowers, or of course blue dyes. We're gonna convert them to blue dyes. But anyhow, so of course, let me try to farm this stuff and I'll be back again. And now we already have placed the layout for this level right over here. So basically the second level. So well, we got 4 aisles on this level. So basically what we're planning is to put up the terracottas on this section right over here. So probably we're gonna have the glazed terracotta on this side, and as well as the the colored terracottas on this side right over here. And on this side is going to be the concrete. So one side for the concrete powder, and on this side right over here is the actual concrete, which is actually, I mean, the one has been turned to concrete, should I say? But anyhow, and on the third level, well, basically we only have one aisle right over here, which is going to be for the glass blocks. And on the section, well, probably we still got some more items to sell in the future. So basically, this is just for, future expansion because I don't, well, I cannot think of anything else that we could sell for now. But probably, well, we're gonna come up with some new ideas, right? But anyhow, so the remaining things that we have to wait, well, basically I'm just smelting these glazed terracottas, and after this we can already put up our, this stock in our, shopping area. And of course, we have to do some merchandising. And last thing, well, probably, I think I've mentioned about on the early part of this episode that I'm going to do some builds, but well, I think we cannot anymore accommodate that for this episode. Well, basically, what I'm planning is to work on this side right over here, which is actually, well, we just need to place some fences on the roadside right over here, and as well as well, I'm also planning to put up some sort of like a decorative building on this section right over here with the billboard on top. So basically it's just plain decorative building or structure here in the town center. So basically, well, probably we're just gonna have that in some other episodes, but for now, well, we still need to, of course, fully make this our shop, or our hardware store, should I say, fully open for business, right? But basically, well, last couple of things that we needed to do for this episode, and I just remembered that we also need to place some carpets on our floorings. But anyhow, so last couple of things that we needed to do, and we're almost done. And now we're actually done restocking the items that we are going to sell in our shop, or should I say, well, this is actually an oversized shop, right? Probably we should just call this like a hardware store, or it's something like, I mean, it's also almost as a size of a department store, right? So basically, yeah, I mean, well, basically it's still a shop though. But anyhow, so well, we're done, and now I guess we're open for business. I didn't realize that this is actually very tedious to do though. But anyhow, so of course, we already have restocked at least 8 stacks of, of each color variant for the glasses. Well, basically for most of the items, we actually have stocked them with, with 8 stacks per each chest. And also, of course, on the top part we got the glasses, and on this section we got the concrete, and on the other side is actually the concrete powder, and on this side we got the glazed terracottas, and on this side we got these colored terracottas. So basically, well, we are all selling them as well, 1 diamond per stack. Well, I don't want to think much on how to do the pricing, because, well, I know some of the colors are, quite hard to farm those dyes. But I guess for me it's fine though. At least we're not gonna be, at least it's less complicated to deal with those prices. So at least they already know that this is actually just, 1 diamond per stack, right? But of course, the case is very much different for here, which is actually the special blocks. So for example, of course, for these red sandstones, well, red sand are really rare. So basically, it's kind of hard to farm. So that's why we're actually selling them for 1 diamond per half a stack, or 32 pieces, and same as for the bricks. Well, sandstone, well, basically it's quite common, so we're selling it 1 diamond per stack. And of course, well, for TNT, same price as what we used to sell them before. Well, I actually have sold this before because well, I just see a demand that some people are actually using TNTs, well, specifically Giverman, because he got a tree farm, an automatic tree farm. So that's why probably he's a best customer for the TNTs. And as well as I also have done these mossy stones and mossy cobblestones. So basically we're selling them for 1 diamond per stack, and we also got this coal block, which we actually sell for half a stack for 1 diamond. And on this side, we got some ladders, we got some lanterns, and we got some end rods. So basically those items. And we got here some chests, of course, the scaffolds. And on the sides are the most common, more common stuff, which are actually the nether bricks. So we're actually selling this 1 diamond per 2 stacks. Well, we still got an empty slot here. I still don't know what to put here though. And we got the glasses, we got the plain terracottas, and as well as the smooth stone. So we're selling them at 1 diamond per 2 stacks. So basically, I guess we're done. And finally, of course, well, this is not unusual for me not to do a building or, something like a build for the day episode. But anyhow, so at least, well, we already have accomplished this, and this is now open for business. But anyhow, so, well, of course, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe, of course, to mikey perion. And of course, I will see you guys again on the next episode. Bye.